the great Joshua. How are you today? I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for watching the cafe. Running the engine, so that will play some music, and then I'll turn it off and then put it back on just to make sure that we have some backing to call a program here. But anyway, today, welcome to the new month on Friday. I forgot to do that. I don't know why. But I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope December is good so far. Today in my area, we have seen a storm. Not really a serious, but Muzira. You guys know what Muzira is. So let me turn off now. I think that's good lighting. I meant to turn off, but still have the radio on. Let me see. Okay. These guys. So you have to turn off the engine for I'm waiting for the radio to come on, then I turn off, and then we have some music in the background, and yeah. So you know when it's like not in park, the radio stays on, and yeah, we can run the radio for some time. So good evening, Eddie, Jerome, Derek, Modric, Habat, Gaetano, I hope you guys are doing well today. And I haven't really fully recovered. I don't have a lot of energy, and but I was excited about the Cybertruck, the Tesla Cybertruck. People are talking about it. Yeah, it looks ugly, right? The Cybertruck it's not the conventional car. The conventional car has curves. The conventional car has lights. The Tesla car is not a conventional car, but it's just something that I saw, and I thought, let me save some information and share with my people. Hi Nicole, Brian, Isaac, Adams, Arthur, good evening. Next year I'm buying my dream car. I would like you to be my guardian, inshallah. Inshallah. So you can work out the cacao. Nze omusujja gonga gote gunkola bubi. It's the medicine that actually makes me weak. Omusujja nze gunyora it never makes me weak. Yeah, so Modric, nja kuba steady. I would buy the Cybertruck in a heartbeat. I would totally buy the Cybertruck. It's too powerful. Yeah, it's not the conventional pickup. It's not the conventional car. When you look at the Cybertruck, it's like a truck that is coming out of like a sci-fi movie. You know when you're watching X-Men, and then they're on Mars, and then all of a sudden this car pops out of under the planet, and it comes up, and then voila, it's a Cybertruck. So the Cybertruck sort of looks like the truck in one of those X-Men movies, driven by one of those guys, one of the heroes, or something that would be driven by Batman, or something that would be driven by Superman. Watch together. It's new to our eyes. It's still strange, by the way. Some of the features that because in a broadcasting strictly 1 hour. Wait. Rakubanti network wait. Resetting. So it's some of the things that we can talk about. Of course, like Isaac is saying, it's electric, fully electric, no fuel, no nothing. So however big it is, however powerful it is, it doesn't really damage the environment. And the high unqualified opinion. So it's thank you for reminding them, Derek. Guys, like and share the broadcast, like and share. So you see, the Cybertruck is huge. It's heavy. It's like it weighs about 6,600 pounds. Now, of course, pounds are a little heavier than kgs. So if it weighs 6,600 pounds, yonge motoka, it means it weighs about round off to 3 tons. The UK tons. Omanyi walo ton is a US in tonoko, is a UK neneko. So it weighs 3 tons. And however, however heavy it is or however heavy it seems, emoroka etambulira ku masanyalaze. And what's funny, steering za fezula muziraba, the ones that have racks, it goes with the pipe down there and then it links to another pipe. I want to call it a pipe because that's the easiest word for us to say in this context. It goes down with the pipe, links to another pipe, and then when you turn this pipe, the pipe that's going down turns, and then it turns the other pipe. Yeah. So the Tesla steering rack is actually wire. I think this steering is not linked to the wheels at all. It's almost wireless. It's almost new technology. So it makes it really smooth. And the funny thing, the videos that I've watched of people actually driving the Tesla, like omanye moroka bo ino kujirunning weto wete yotogenda weto mulundi gumuboti yone marayo. And it's both sets of tires actually turn when you turn. Like the front tires turn and the rear tires turn. And that's something that is still strange to us. Of course, that's something that people have done on several cars, but the Cybertruck takes it. Like you don't have links to the tires. It's like it has a command in the computer system. Now, that car is it's dangerous for us as Ugandans. If you were to buy the Cybertruck, you'd not have to live in places like Matuga, where I live. You'd want to live in places like Muyenga and then want to work in town still. And then if you live in Muyenga, you'd want to always use the route that doesn't get flooded because it's electric. Of course, they are showing demo videos. They show that it goes through mud, it goes uphill, it goes from underwater. But I wouldn't actually risk that. We've seen people that demonstrate, like the Land Rover guys, Range Rover. They demonstrate that those cars can go off road. But how many Ugandans can actually take their Land Rovers or Range Rovers off road? None, because those cars, they are luxury vehicles. But the Tesla has something that might actually prove that it's meant for that kind of environment. I saw a video that shows the Cybertruck is not as powerful like the Hammer EV. After I just joined Hayodong, there is something Ford forgot and Tesla did. What is it really? Of course, the Tesla truck is much more powerful than the Fords. All the Fords that are powerful. The Ford that stood out was the F-150. Like, it's really popular for its power. But then the Tesla would drag it. It would drag it, almost dragged it uphill. So the Tesla is powerful. I think Tesla might be the king of electric vehicles. And the Ford, before they went into production of electric vehicles, they are producing gas and diesel powered vehicles. So they can't really beat the master. That's something that has to do with the blue ocean strategy. You can actually become you can be a master at something that you start on your own. Tosobola kuyingira muntu area gya kusoseemu okitegeera noyagala omusingi. That's the thing that is happening with Tesla. It's not that Ford forgot it or they did not pay attention okitegeera. It's just that Tesla is the master at EVs. They started with EVs, and by the time someone decides I'm only going to produce EVs, they know that they have a secret. You can imagine they have over a million orders of the Cybertruck. Do you know what that means? Before you produce Kati, Chira EV, I doubt they even have 100 orders. I doubt they even have 50 orders of their cars, and yet they have a factory open. You can imagine someone has over 1 million orders, and he can't, because Boba Gamba, because I saw Elon Musk saying that they are aiming at producing about 1,000 copies a year. Now you can imagine you have 1 million orders, but your plan is to produce about 1,000 a year. Do you know it's going to take them 10 years? Is it 10? How many years does it take? Mathematics is ansumbuwa. If you have 1 million orders and you produce 1,000 a year, because in 10 years that will be 10,000. So how many years is it going to take them to produce enough Cybertrucks to like satisfy these orders? Of course, now you have to know that some people are going to drive the Cybertruck for a year and get tired of it and then sell it to the next owner. So now those orders will kind of get cancelled. Some of them will get cancelled as people decide to eventually buy just the used ones. But before that happens, Tesla is actually winning at this. How many companies do you know that have produced products and they get orders that are way beyond their capacity? Never grow factories. For example, in other places, they may still not be able to. Tesla started with the EV just as Toyota started with the hydrogen, but I think hydrogen doesn't have a future anymore. Like electric vehicles, if I had the money to buy an electric vehicle, I'll definitely buy it. And for the Cybertruck, if I had the money to buy the Cybertruck, I'd buy it. Which take it. But you know, the Cybertruck goes as for as much as 100,000 US dollars. Do you know how much a dollar is at 3,700 right now? Omutwalo gumu gwa dola giri mu miliyoni 3.7. Owulira emitwalo 10 muba miliyoni 3.7. Okitegeera. And that's, of course, that's the beast. Baina je bayita beast, baina ne all wheel kati ze ziri on sale. Bagenda kuleta the other version, what do they call it? But they have the beast and then they have the all wheel. And then they're going to bring what they call the rear wheel drive for the guys that don't want all wheel. I think it will be saving a little more power because the beast has much more power, has much more speed. Yet the all wheel does the normal speed. It goes, maximum speed is 180 kilometers. So ideally, if I were on the road in this Vitz and I were running with the beast, would actually be able to go top speed 180 kilometers. The beast would beat me Chibuli talk nti moroka ya amanyi ebe enkuba mpoze kirala kyenkuba nti yo tegenda tajja kugwa mafuta nti watu gamba nti kale mugende Kabale. I may run out of fuel. For him it doesn't. Why? Because the battery, for example, the battery for the all-wheel version goes up to 470 miles. Now, 470 miles, that's, let me just use the converter. Can I make way for in your math? Is that? So we're again at 470 miles. It means on a single no, that's the extra. It goes 340 miles. On a single charge, if you do a single charge, you can go to Mbarara and come back to Kampala. On a single charge with the Cybertruck. Ogene Mbarara no komao. Ateba ina chebaita range extender. I think the range extender is like power saver, something like that. So when you use the range extender, you actually go 470, which when you use the range extender and you go to 470, that would mean you go at about 756. Chitegeza, if you use the range extender in the Tesla Cybertruck, you can drive to Mbarara, come to Kampala, go to Mbarara, come back to Kampala, then afterwards drive to Masaka, and then come back on a single charge. That's like, that has not happened anywhere. Now, the trouble for you, why am I saying Ugandan? How many Ugandans can buy a car of 370 million? Of course, we have another video. But the thing that happens right now is if you order that car at 370 million from Tesla, when you reach here, you have to pay an extra, like, let's say 200 million. Chitegeza guano muna Uganda, it will cost you 500 million to drive the Cybertruck. Now, my mathematics is not exact, but I'm saying according to the taxation, the way I see the taxation. Of course, EVs pay less tax. So let's say you buy it at around 370 million, you may end up driving it at around 450 million. Uganda Catholic, I watched also on Haggart after check it out on Ideal Cars and Donut Media. Good evening, Arthur. It's a good catch you live. I think every car enthusiast should watch the Haggard YouTube video for Cybertruck. The detail in engineering, not the looks. Well, Ugandan Catholic, I think the engineering is something else. But how many people are actually going to pay attention to the engineering? People don't want to know the details. The details bore us. The details bore. That's a fact. Go into the detail of anything and you'll be bored. Anything. Go to the entertainment industry. If I sat you down and started telling you kakati twakora filimu eno ne twafuna kamera eno neno tujigattako lenze eno neno nfuna amatala bagaita we, but if I take you into those details, you'll definitely get bored. So yes, people love cars. I love cars, but some of the details definitely bore me myself. I want to know, what does it do? Because the engineering, if you definitely try to see, okay, let's look at monomo steering. Then I'll start telling you, but what if it breaks down? Because it can break down. What if it breaks down and I have it in Uganda? Then what? Then I have to ship it to Tesla for it to be repaired, or I have to open it here with special because I know it has everything. I was watching a video of someone that had a like Lamborghini, and the Lamborghini, I think it ran out of battery, and then it jammed, and then it was in park, and then they had to move it. For it to get out of park to neutral, you have a special tool that you use that is under the bonnet, and you have to pick the tool from under the bonnet, open the center console, and then reach the manual gear, and then change from park to neutral. Now that's something that someone that doesn't, it would come to Uganda and they'll definitely tow it. Because how many mechanics can actually figure that out until you watch something on YouTube? You get. So yes, the details in engineering are really, really, really interesting. But let's first, EVs are all known for fast acceleration because, well, they don't need to pick fuel. I'm saying as a gabina you already. It's like I'm saying as a gakuba man because already gabamu wire. Which take it, Ronald, how are you? Good evening, Samuel. Arthur, is the old Primo 1.8 liter VVT? No. It has, there is a 1.5 liter version, which is, I think, the 4A. And then there is a 1.8 liter, which is the 7A. And then there's a 2 liter, which is the 3S. That's the Primo for you. Arthur, I think some cars are made for enthusiasts only. Hi, Arthur, njagala kachikumi kimi kan. No. Sejemba chivena ko muganda wange. Sejemba obera na jjajja wange. Sejemba. Kachikumi 10 aka milioni 5 oyagala kuchawa abantu kuba kagenda akakube ekikalina ekigo wayaringinga mufu na yingini nvundu giye ekona suspension infu interior nvundu so 10 milioni 5 jireke genda ogule 10 yoke 5 nayo nayo tejaba nungi nnyo naye at least 10 tejja kutawanyanga 10 5 mpazi. The only way you can get a 10 at 5 million is if it's manual, but even then it won't be the best. At mid-December, I'm coming. Wish for a special hire. I'm hunting for it 16 million. Oh, Jakfuna, Ronald, Jakfuna. Range extender is an auxiliary battery case that you add on the bonnet. Yeah. So I'm fascinated. Thank you very much, Ugandan Catholic Music Collective. I find that car is not yet for us. When I look at the Ugandan roads, and then you drive that car. So what's the price range for the 1.8 liter Primo version? Nayo bagisira Isaac. Nayo bagisira gomanya nti nayo bera millions omwenda awo 10 awo bwe watyo. After talk about how many yaka units would it take to charge the Cybertruck? Sibibazenze because nze nange yaka we wango waka acha nnemi okubala how to charge. But the funny thing you need to understand is that emotoka wewe kolate fast charge ate oyinza okwesanganga witness a Tesla played ngesimbula anti kati fe natu bidabira ku YouTube tetulaba bintu ngabwe tetubiraba live. But anyways, I want to talk about some of the things that fascinated me about this car. First of all, this thing on the outside is not a normal car. On the outside, it's a normal car, but it's a marvel. Bulletproof for anyone that can afford it. That's something different. Bulletproof for if you can afford 70 million to pay for at Tesla, get a bulletproof car. I don't know if the laws allow anyone to get a bulletproof car, but I'm thinking you would need to know some big people You'd also need to explain the source of your funds. How are you able to buy the Tesla Cybertruck? We are going to find the generals driving the Cybertruck because, well, it's built for that. It's bulletproof glass. Man, there's something to learn from Elon Musk. I think the one thing that caught my attention is how Elon Musk reacted. Remember, there's a video that went around when they were testing the glass of the car, the metal ball. It's tamper proof, it cannot break and all, and then the glass broke. The ball did not actually go through, but it broke. Hi, Phantom Soldier, Germany Gambia. It did not, it broke, but the ball did not actually go through. And then Elon Musk reacted, oh, it broke. And then he stood there. He did not really panic. He said, okay, try the rear one. Still, the rear one also broke. He did not panic, and he said, oh, that was not supposed to happen, but I guess there's room for improvement there. They just came, they had come to simply show, they simply came to show the strength of the glass, but then the glass broke. And you can imagine what a disaster that would be if you came and you were not really, you thought you were prepared, and then it ends up showing that, oh, these guys are not really prepared. So that's basically what happened. And the way, if you've not watched that video, you definitely need to watch it. Normally, when I watch content like this, I try to get as much of the content that they are telling us, as much of the content that they are revealing to us as possible, and then leave out the things that they are not telling us. Why? Because if they're not telling you the things, you don't want to know the things, especially if you're excited about the car. But one thing is for sure, the car is not yet for us. Ira bwebera yafo bera ntebe ngokolera ntebe toina wo ita wali bisoto ngire wabere bisoto itayo mu bisera bya during the rainy season. It's the all-wheel drive ibede beranga Subaru kumpi. Kadade we are comparing to the cars that we already know. It's almost like a Subaru. Although the power of this thing, it's faster than a Ferrari. Faster than a Lamborghini. Have you ever seen a pickup truck that goes faster than both those cars? Atenga bali kumuseto sigamanti baita ko humps into, but this because of the ground clearance, it has an advantage. It doesn't. And then I think it was a video where it was towing a Ferrari, racing a Ferrari. It won the Ferrari, and the Ferrari got to the finish line at the same time with the Ferrari, which was being towed by the Tesla. And then I think they were testing the tow capability. It tows better than the Hilux, tows better than the Ford F-150. It tows better than all the pickup trucks they could get their hand on. Atete pickup trucks in Kaddi. They'll buy the pickup trucks from the factory, bring the pickup truck F-150 nga bajete bera mpe ne bagiteekaawo ne bayita Cybertruck nga nayo mpya ne bagiteekaawo, because the F-150s are electric. Wobadde tomanyi siza amafuta ne baleetayo nekiford awo bakiyise batya ekiford awo ekya diesel nakyo nekikuba maanyi. So it's a really powerful car. Bulletproof, that got it for me. Nti, you see, you see the ministers. There is a video I was watching of Uganda nga akubaba minister ba Uganda, why they have 2 pickup trucks of soldiers guarding them. And I was thinking to myself, you imagine yourself a normal Ugandan. Ozimbe nyumba yo nozimbe chikomera, notekako sengenge waguru, no ogula nembwa. A normal Ugandan, you're not a target to anyone. You'll never be a targeted by anyone. Gwe, normal one. No kolebe. Now imagine someone all of a sudden becomes a minister. Neba muwa abasirikale nti babo babwere tugenda basasulira. Emmotoka zibatambulira kama mafuta government ejjaga sasula. Emmere government ejjajje sasula. Would you turn down those soldiers? Because for abantu babulijjo, we want the protection. Kati imagine someone that is actually a minister. Okitegera, you would definitely want to get those soldiers. Kati I'm imagining a minister agenda ogula Ford F-150, agenda jigula babeko gwe bagiyisamba gambe yoli. Nenga in actual sense ya minister. You remember when I speak about a monster, okitegera. Atakati Ford bagikubye Antonio. Ford bagikubye. I have a fleet of series. I don't know if you still have to watch the stuff. Free for you guys. Because you gave me milk for my kids. Now I have to return it in a way possible. I mean, so the Cybertruck, it's a pickup, it's covered. Watch to about kiri out ekitegerekeka. Gumoto kebo ite gutegerekeka. But they have done several videos where they show you can tow. Baba they were towing a rocket. Yeah, Tesla. They were towing a rocket. Then they showed the video. Nabaiwako etaka. They poured a lot of mud. And then nebachibika, and then you drive away. They are showing you that it's basically going to be doing everything. But me, I have a concern with electric cars, though. That's my opinion. Will come later. Let me just share what I've been able to read. So it tows about 11,000 pounds. Now 11,000 pounds, that's about 9 tons. That's about 9 tons. Kati, I would actually think the normal pickup, like the Hiluxes, normally is towing a tani nga satu, bwebe towing, so towing a tani satu tani satu ne ebigwamu ne kire ebigwamu. But the Tesla tows about 4.5 ideally. Now yeah, bagamba, this I'm thinking they're lying. Wachitegera bagamba mtitows about 11,000 pounds. Wachitegera ndaba balimba muko by eyinza obutatuukayo. And you know they have these promo videos of guys like unloading piles of plywood and wood. Wachitegera. But still I'm betting on Ford and Hilux. No, Antonio, the Ford and Hilux reliability, ease of maintenance, this gara zikuba. Actually, if you're looking at ease of maintenance and reliability, I'll definitely talk. If we are buying new, you would take the Ford over the Tesla. And me, I'll take the Ford over the Tesla any day. The Tesla is not is something you buy if you have a lot of money. I even think, because when you look at their website, for example, the regions where they are probably distributing these cars, Africa is not there. They have India, they have Europe, they have South America. They don't have Africa. Chitegeza, if you brought your car to Africa, you will not get warranty. Chitegeza, you will not be covered by anything. Chitegeza, you buy it in Uganda, you're on your own. I think it's probably the same thing that happens with Ford. If they don't have a dealer in that country, I doubt they can give you warranty. Chitegeza. Sejemba agule chibina na yete muti ya motoka spare twa wagana. Antonio, these are promotional videos. You've seen videos where like Spear Motors has videos of the Mercedes Benzes going through the water. Network Kampala. So and the tray in it is 6x4. 6x4, 6x4 is about 40. It's not very small, but it's also not big enough. But I find that for a car that is not actually meant to carry stuff, it's good enough. But I even doubt there is anyone that's going to buy that Cybertruck and want to load it with stuff. A Cybertruck abantu bagenda okujigula bagenda kujigula nga ya myerago. Okitegera, talk about Alphard versus Noah. Which one is most preferable? People prefer the Alphard, but the Noah is better. I remember I saw a first Tesla T model in East Africa bought by a Kenyan. But not Kenya, by Center Antonio. I think Kenya is not really East Africa. Kenya is Kenya. Kenya, by now, wali nyanje, di wali, atika buti sikintu chenga, achiza yunga bachikanika nga achikomya. Nga achikomya. The interior of the Cybertruck. The interior of the Cybertruck is what we would call luxury. I don't like the dashboard personally. But the seats look to be comfortable. The ground clearance, you can't have that much ground clearance and not have a comfortable car. Omanye moro kajeko mokuba ne ground clearance ya guje kuba comfortable. However, jeko mokuba ne ground clearance jeko moku yuga. Na hilo akube moro kaza Tesla zonna tezigwa, they don't actually fall. The 1 million pre-orders were basically for the non-conventional looks of the Cybertruck, but the engineering way ahead of our time. And now, every time the engineering is way ahead, collective, every time the engineering is way ahead of our time, that means more expensive maintenance. That means you're going to have just like one shop to maintain that Cybertruck in the whole of United States. or 2 or 3, and then you'll have one shop in the whole of Asia, and then you have one in East Europe. You'll have like one. So that you have to like carry that thing to that shop all the time or pay expenses for the people. But I find that since it's like Elon Musk that created this truck, people already expected that it was already going to be a marvel of engineering. Now, why don't I normally pay attention to the engineering? Because the more you pay attention to those things, your head will burst. I think that's one reason I have not been able to learn coding. I've wanted to learn coding for a very long time. As a marketer, I have so many ideas that I would push around that would make lots of money, but because I don't have coding skills, the ones who buy them are for sure. It's actually made to load very heavy things and has the strongest towing capacity. Rasta's in Milan, but I saw the towing capacity is actually about 4.9 tons, which is normal. Okay, it's a little more than what a normal pickup tows, but of course, Babaga Amanti, like the Hiluxes, are designed to carry 3.9 tons, but people load up to 11 tons if they want, and they still go. So Chitega is like, if the Cybertruck is created to load like 4.9 tons, you can use it to load 10 tons. But I'm going to still ask you, where in the world are you going to allow to tow 10 tons with that car? That car, they will fine you. Watch the It's like my Corolla can take piles of wood. It can. You saw some dude putting a tank on, was it a Kruger? It was okay, but it's legally not allowed. We have electric charging stations in Uganda. Over you buy electric just to brag. Over charge your zunga na yo. At Vandom Soja, we have some charging stations like at Chinechizimbe, Chinechipia, Chaba, Nabagundi, Abakosa Centers of COVID, one in Zambia. They are installing charging ports. But now the question would be, are they compatible with with the car you have bought? Because now like the Tesla Cybertruck is new, and then it has those charging things. Samsung and charger techno tekola Samsung, which take it over Samsung tekola fast charging and stuff like that. So that's the other question for you to ask yourself. Or if you buy your car, you buy a charging station and install it at your own house. The problem is when the power goes. However, now the Cybertruck is something else. The Cybertruck, now they are saying, and I know they don't really think anyone would do this. They are saying you can use the Cybertruck to power your welding machines. You can use the Cybertruck to power the grinding machines. You can use the Cybertruck as a generator for your home. I doubt that. I doubt that in Dubai, if you're driving an electric car, or charging booth, apartment, otherwise, or kutomera. I think that's the thing, like literally everywhere. Like for people that have built their homes, if you have built your home, you can install a charging station. No man, when you're parking and go some garage, parking and go turn to charging, which take it. Yeah, so I'm thinking that if you go buy, but of course, if you can afford to buy like the Tesla Cybertruck million bitano, you can definitely afford to buy like a charging station for an extra 50 million. But by the way, you people, there are so many videos on the internet of people driving these cars casually. Of course, like now the Americans, if you have good credit, you can go get the Cybertruck. Going at us, the government over bank because you have good credit. But the fact that they're just driving a car that is worth like 370 million, like ngabo ugena n'ogula kasitali ko wali wabakuli yagenze najja Cybertruck che kati achevuga mulais tubade ne baneiba wano bagala okuyunga amasanyaze ku mpaka omusajja yagenda nasike bitije mukaga buli ayungako nze bwe nali siko omuti gwange namu emitwala 5 bana abalala basabye kakadde kirayika nayambibwa naye abantu bagala kuyunga amasanyaze ku mpaka abajjeeko ayungulu bali ku muti gwange kubayunga nze si gwange kati kubanga oli ayindi yateeka musere bayungako kati abagambye abijjeeko kuno bwebaddamu ne babyunga kagenda zinga waye abagise ku miti gyabwe tebagala kusasula sente. So but anyway amasanze kagenze kati nebuzo bana nganzi jeko nga tategedde kuba bagenda kugulawo olutalo. But anyway twogera ku Cybertruck batulimba wawe ebintu ebyenda biradanga batulimba. Yes, it has a lot of power, but I doubt it has the power to power. Kati ngoleta zino machine za Feza Antonio zibakola zino zibakolera ekatre mbogiteke mu Cybertruck atayinza kwato. Me, I know that the Cybertruck can possibly do all these things, but I also understand the testing environment. They testing them see yafe yawano. Ochitegera see yafe yawano. So like how they say that for disease bazimbe zabo zidabo cabin pickups inti zama anyi nyo nti lazimalako e Kampala. I had a chance to work with up country. I had teams that were performing, and together it so happened that engudo zeyo ngambi nnyo and would always get stuck, but it was always the Hiluxes that would come and pick us up. Ngate odone before die ebinene ebikanga nenga Hiluxes ezitununa us up. Ngate odone before die ebinene ebikanga nenga Hiluxes ezitununa ochitegera. I don't know why nenga neziford nazo zainanga amanyi nenga nazo zina wezikola ki ngazina wezikoma. One Tesla like as Teslas are like women Katanga, but nze tebinkolera. Dream is a Range Rover Autobio ne Markex ebidala bisa binsanga madda. Arthur, hypothetically speaking, having a Cybertruck and a Rolls Royce in Kampala who will last longer on the road in terms of maintenance and reliability. Rasta in Milan, I think the Cybertruck would outlast the Rolls Royce. Why? Because one of the biggest issues we have with Uganda is the roads. The maintenance costs that we have in Uganda come mostly because of the roads. It's very rare. Kati olaba mvuze kavitsi kano nkavuze banga chingenda mu wiki si ya kusatu kati. Ziri wiki singameka. But you would realize that sina chena kutekukanika. Sera likira kanika engine, sera likira kanika gearbox, nera likira kanika bya wansi. However, people that drive SUVs take a very long time without ngatebakanika wansi eyo. Fabavuge moroka za wansi fe tukanika. Ela you realize that even the leakages that happen to cars, majority of the time happen because of the road conditions. Tojja kuyita boti karankse kute kuchi kuhamp. Karankse bejipe jinja. So a car that is raised will definitely survive more. Echidala, a car that is raised like the Cybertruck has 20-inch rims, which is better than 20-inch tires. Do you know what that means? Kana kamuro kakemu kakagenda ko 15 na hinda bakali wansi simancha kakolera. I'm going to buy tires very soon, but it seems I may have to buy a little bit higher tires. Njiwanike muko katono. But emoroke zine mipire eminene. Amazi garwa okutuka mbyuma bine ebya wansi. So an SUV always lives longer than a small car in Uganda. Ochitegera. Rolls Royce will always survive. Olimba Antonio. Olimba. Hilux Anko is another level. Even Ford owners knows better. That's why Hilux in America is very expensive. So Rastas in Milan, I don't agree with Antonio. I think the reason why the Rolls Antonio Gwechogamba that the reason why the Rolls Royce will live longer than the Tesla in Uganda is if the Rolls Royce is bought and kept, and then the Tesla the Cybertruck is driven nefa. The Rolls Royce that's the only reason. That's the only way the Rolls Royce will outlive the Tesla. But by the way, a Morocco ezimu. You go to garages around Kampala. I don't know, Joshua might probably tell me. If you go to garages around Kampala, ojja kwesa ngemoroka ezimu eziri rare. Ziba tezifudde na engine. Tezifa gearbox. Ezimu tezifa ebyo. Bagisumulwa okuguru nga habu yayise ne bajja mu bearing, ne bagezaako okuyiya bearing neegaana, bearing neefuuka bearing, ate moroka nga tetudde paka bw'otumya bearing ekuva ebweru. Bajjamu akakono ne balowooza akakono banaakakola ne bayiya akakono ne kafuuka akakono atokka kanange moroka tetudde. I've seen a number of cars that are like that. But if you realize ere moroka ezisinga okugaana ne Kampala teziba SUV. ziba zineza wansi. By the time a person that has an ML, a Mercedes-Benz ML fails to maintain it, it's normally the engine. It's normally not these suspension things. People that are driving Range Rovers, they don't fail to maintain them because of down there. It's normally the engine. So personally, I think that the Cybertruck would outlive the Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce and Ibanga Yamani and all, but the Cybertruck it's a truck. So and it's electric. So it doesn't have an engine that is going to damage the electronics. I don't think the Cybertruck will even. Ne Cybertruck egenda kule wene kulemera kutukaka kono wewe kaina. Because they know kubanga kaina ina Z. One day I saw someone on YouTube who moves with a generator to charge his Tesla. Abo bajuaji nawe. So anyway, tuchagala ku Tesla obudde bwange bugwayo. So echina chenna nabi echansa nyusiza is the speed. The all-wheel drive goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour. Now, 60 miles per hour, ziba kilometer maker. 60 miles a kilometer nga nsanvu kuchinana. Yes, nsanvu kuchinana in 4.6 seconds. Do you know what 4.6 seconds means? Ngavga naineda kanda be calculate no chengambe zikira calculate yandaze chidala. Egenda from 0 to 60 miles. 60 miles is about 96 kilometers. Osegera nti engine osimbolo okuva wano in 4 seconds ngemotoka etanso okuduka 96 kilometers per hour in 4 1 2 3 4 ngeduka 96 kilometers per hour na speed at a beast yechikola in under 2.6 in 2.6 seconds nti 2 1 2 tugeno kone yokusatu ngeri mu kilomita 9 mu mukaga pa hour kati awo owa Cybertruck wankubira ngabe olwirwe lise beast sagala jimanya kuba beast eduka ate like speed yayo eri mu 200 and is it 205 kilometers maximum speed. The maximum speed for the all-wheel drive of the Cybertruck is 180 kilometers. It's a normal car. Just one echibuli wano epika nti betu simbulira wano fenna zigenda wera seconds 5 bwabanga wakalu zigenda wera seconds 5 umyayi wa Cybertruck abera Masaka. Ojagera abera erina buli kimu engine yokaje etayina. Arthur, you talked of electric poles, but Umeme says when you buy a pole, you've bought it for the community. So no need for other beneficiaries to pay you. Gaitano munango obyogerera wano. Kati, let me give you an example. That neighbor of mine wali yansooka yeno. Naayita neighbor basanga mu kitundu nga no estate mu nate mulichi where there was no power. Of course, our part of the estate did not have power. So this couple ne basika emiti mukaaga. Nze naseka omuti gumu and I spent around 3 million. Ngezize ze namu 5 togabaze ngenguzi je naga wano ne na wasajja wa umembe be yagala. I spent around 3 million. Kati bengataka 5 ge nengatako bichi ndai kanalinyira million nga yendo obuyingire nnya. Ochegeera. Kati nze bwemba wo muti ogumu na spending a million kumpi sat. Of course imbala ne yakamita kubanzi ubampa masanze ne mita yaliko. So, but ye yasike emiti mukaaga. Do you know what that means? 6 poles alone. Ngari ye kabwat. Just one couple. You need to compensate them. Bijina bintu emukati gaitano bibera bya buntu. Biba bya buntu. Oshitegeera. Biba bya buntu nze omuti ogwange nagusawo naenda gwesonyo ne gwesanyo yagufune mu sente because 6 poles are not a joke. Oshitegeera. So ebyo ebintu byogera gaitano byogerere eno nga gotonda sika kumiti emiti mukaaga mingi. Bugatti Chiron, Porsche 911, Tabo and Nissan Skyline are still on the top. Yina ye Porsche 911 sije bakubye. It uses steering by wire tech. So most of them, the mechanics like steering racks tezirina. Chitegeza it's easy to maintain because of the less moving parts. So kubida wala Rolls Royce. Kakati no collective kankubide ekintu kimu. Ideally, in the ideal world, the less moving parts you have should be better, right? It's not. It's not. Nti buliwe emotoka buliwe neberange ebintu ebyuma byeyina bitono. Ebyo bitono byeyina biba bya bbeeyi nnyo. Ebyo bitono byeyina ne tools ezibisiba ziba za bbeeyi. Okitegeera? Ne tools ezibisiba ziba za bbeeyi. Ojja kwesanga ako kawaya akakali awo. Muganda wange nga bw'otabeera careful kutuka ate n'okagula nga kamiliyoni ayina ngedda computer ze twayina ngedda zabanga za pini eno computer gyenna ya type C naye ina obuntu bubiri kati nze simanyi wawe ekyajingira eyina kano eyina ne kano nkyajingira mu kano kuba waliwo ka socket waliwo akantu ka plug kana akala simanyi kye kakola uche eyina mayemu okitegeera kati network anzia kumbadde nkubamba projector ine one office is ya VGA, so every time I want to use my laptop on the projector I need to get a VGA to thingy to HDMI converter, and then so that I'm able to use my computer. Now nakagula converter nga 3 ngazifa okitegeera, so abana bensomesa digital marketing I end up demonstrating on the student laptop because the laptop here in a VGA. I can't keep on buying HDMI converters. So the less I bought 2 poles in 2015, spent about 2 million. But when I went to complain to Meme about those people not paying, I was disappointed by Nakurabi office with those words. I know. Katibuba wagura pole bill at 2 million in 2015. Goroze sawe no pole bill za meka ye yagura Paul mukaga okitegeera, but my fail to show the liking button. The like button click waluka X kali either wano oba wano. You click that X, it will bring those things. Oba you can check down here or down here. There is an option down there. Hi Badru Gaetano, plus extra 1.5 for the land where the poles were placed in the houses they went over. Ay Gaetano, olabye kati omusajja bwagamba basasule sente ya abajjako. Actually the thing happens ono neighbor wange yasikia emiti omukaaga ayina mu connection mu umeme era yalesa abantu bine baga nedda bagana okusasula zinga waya ogizze kuli and nze muwagira totally muwagira bana abantu bajoga bujozi basika waya zine ziva wono kudde waabwe ne baleeta ne mita zaayaka ne baziteekako baganyo muwa sente okukuba kujoga. Nze binkute bannange, but I will rewatch. Amina Wilba tewali mutawaana. So anyway, tukyagera ku Cybertruck. Budde bwange bugenda kugwako naye. So kati mutaddeyo. But I find that it's comfortable, although me, I don't like the dashboard. Dashboard kiri awo kiri wekitiwe. Of course, the dashboard ya cavities kano naye bwerabika efaanana mu kko bwetyo. But the thing with this dashboard, yemu needi to Tesla. It's speed meter. Baby take out on market so that everyone sees. I think it's sort of like something that they do to make sure that everyone sees, and it's something that Toyota is doing with all their cars. Those are markets zitaina joka. Ne nuwa ziwishi busienta speed meter bazona bagenze baziteka makati. I think to kind of control speed. Nti bobo vuga ngoduka ona atudde wana alaba abatudde mabega balaba bobo duka bakugame nti why odduka nnyo okitegeera. So tuyina ebyana n'abaana. Gaitano wakashitegeera tuyina ebyana n'abaana. Tuyina ebyana n'abaana mu Uganda Gaitano. Nze nabagamba ekintu kimu. Nkimanyi ndi omu ku byana siri baana. But the day I experience the maximum of ebyana, nja kutunda buli kyennyine e Kampala, ngende Bulaya artist nja kulya mu kasasiro nga sikomye Uganda. Lwendi wulira nti kati bankozeeko effujjo. Nja kutunda buli kyennyine e Kampala, ngende twala abaana abange kubaba abaana babaja bakyalina future bakyasobola surviving nze bwe ndi bankaddiye nnyo ate sindira ku street. Nenja kuparkinga buli kyange. Mve Kampala sijja kudda n'okunzika balinziikeeyo. Ne passport ogiuzamu sina bwenva. Ne bakunoonyezaako nga tebamanyi bwe bakujja. I want to my house naye I fear the cost will be almost buying a new plot. It can't. Odongo kujjako ngeri I see your name. Where are you buying the land? And Odongo, you people like you, they take you for a ride. When you come to an area, I don't know how you speak English, but if you speak like your people, hello, If you speak like your people, sometimes you speak, hello, I want power, I want power. You say your English like that. Bana bidadalanga, oina sente. I'm telling you. Bana bidadalanga oina sente. Never kuba. Simanyi obodongo byenjogera mu Luganda obitegeera. Nze Antonio City Satis, I'm telling you. Lwe bana nkola kefujo ne bandaga nti oli kyana, ne bandagira nti oli kyana. I will get out of this country. I will block all my contacts. Ngende eyo ntandika kukola for the love of cousin and eyo. Hey! And Joan Wuna Aloyo. Joan is also coming from Odong's place. You people, when you come and speak your English like that, we see like you have money. Good evening. It's because Odong, first of all, it's you people that are in the Ministry of Education, and you people are not in all government ministries, by the way. And if you find an Odong in a place of authority, they are not there by mistake. They are knowledgeable. They need them. You find an Oloyo somewhere, they need them. Like they are the experts in that area. So you people, when you're in places like that, you have money. So that's why they also rip you off. Yes, it's a fact. If you find like oyakubye ngombe chairman wa ku kyalo neighbor wanga abera wali wamanga oyo neighbor wenkube simu mga neighbor banyingirira chairman banyingirira dukira wo asura atunula no chairman wafe. But anyway, Cybertruck, tuchayogera ku Cybertruck. I find that some of the things of the interior, I don't know, you guys have seen the Cybertruck? I have pictures. I took screenshots on my laptop. I could show you. I don't know if it's allowed. If I website for me to show you the interior of this thing, I don't really like the interior. I did not take a screenshot of the dashboard though. But the thing that is interesting with this, it has this huge screen in front, and that huge screen should be enabling someone to see everything they need to see, like you control temperature and all that. And then this screen, this is on the rear one center console. This is the screen that is used by everyone that is seated behind. Now, for some of our cars, like this car thing, I have to buy headrest monitors because I have to buy headrest monitors for my kids. So I have to actually buy them. And then they are saying that you can hit the Tesla with a hammer, it won't budge. I partly think that the reason why the window also broke, testing, in the windows and a weakening. They are saying that the Tesla is built to go to any planet. Any planet you want. Obane kumaze again. Any kumaze siye wali pressure ye yasa indabirwa amwe. Nze nsubira tegenda yo. Indako. What else did I want? It's a pickup for the guys that have not actually had the time to research. But you know what happens is that you can actually like push this thing off. Chivako, no loading, then you bring it back on. And it has special tires. You see these things that look like sport rims. Those are not actually alloy. Kativino be wheel cap. These are wheel caps. Now, because of the wheel caps that were made, because of the tires that were specially made for the Tesla, because of the tires that were made specially for the Tesla, then no wheel cap is special. If you buy a Tesla, or not good to me because these are tires made specially for Tesla. And then it has this, the roof is clear. Like if I was seated in a Cybertruck right now, then I would definitely not be needing the light. I find overall it's a nice car. Bino byembagambye bakola byatulimba omulaba omusajja yali agivuga wano yali ajegendereza no jegendereza, you see, then ne batugamba mbu you can use it for welding ebyawa batulimba. And then one thing that I found interesting that I've wanted to put on one of my cars, it's illegal here in Uganda, is that light. Kateno daylight, this is day running light. Kanakali one, that's day running light. Mumanyo LED obera moroka z'abasajja ba government. Wobutavaako obutalakeko. Naye kati eno, that's extra light for when you go to Mars. I think for when you go to Mars, you use that extra light. Nenga amatala gaya agaddala gali eno wansi. Gali wano wansi. Agaddala okitegeera. It's an ugly truck, but I doubt anyone is buying the Cybertruck because it's a good car. I doubt anyone is buying the Cybertruck because it's going to be a very it's a truck that they have probably been dreaming of buying or anything. You know how people dream of buying the Hilux? I don't think anyone is dreaming of like they have been dreaming of buying a Cybertruck. I don't think anyone is actually going to dream of buying a Cybertruck. Me, I would not dream of buying a Cybertruck. This would be a truck buy if you become like a rebel. Era ba rebel bagenda zigura nnyo. Atajukira Elon Musk is one guy that doesn't care. You pay, you take. You pay, you take. Kati abatujju bagenda zigura. It's bulletproof. Yeah, it's bulletproof. Bagenda jigura. Bagangster. Bagenda gura Cybertruck. Okitegeera. Ndowooza nange nzimbe mu kyalo kati. I don't even know my chairman here in Entebbe. Collective oba osobola naye nange gwafuna mukisa chairman abeera wano kumpi. You'll be surprised when I was buying this plot. I didn't even go to him. Eno plot yange nagisasubira mu kibuga wakati. Because try to kupima wano ne surveyor omusajja wa judiciary network mujira bwenkola ke mikolo. And the other thing that I was almost forgetting this. This is one thing that Tesla did that I really like. Tesla used black people mukalango kabwe. You go to the Tesla website ogende ku channel ya ku page ya Cybertruck. They use the black family. That's good for public relations, by the way. They did not use the normal white family, white rich white family. Bakwe seza family ya baduga. I like that. I really like it. So ebirala byonna ground clearance ebyo tebyo gwe kyomanya nti nazana SUV etuza abantu batano nga VTZ. It's a marvel. They will not be able to like fulfill the orders because right now I know the orders were like a million orders, but the detail, everyone is talking about the finish that is actually nice. Nobody expected it to have nice finish like what it has. But since it has a nice finish, it looks nice. And of course, kati abantu abagule morokeza of America especially. The Americans don't really like nice looking cars. They don't like curvy cars. Look at the cars bavuga bya wanse bi moroka bya bokuvedde moroka bavuga bi motoka bibi. Okitegera kati kicho bajja kigula because agamoroka ga Ford gebaze Ford yakajerongose endabika y'emoroka yazo. Ne moroka bya Ford byonna byabanga birabika bubi. Okitegera. Brian 14 osobola okufuna nga teweronze nnyo number because bonero nenye number. But 14 man. But I know you can. But teweronda number teweronda number. Gwe nonya rawumu nga nungi. Nenga 14 ojjaje funanga nungi. Omondo ko butuno kati nabwo akunonya nnyo. Tesla made their car not fancy inside but conventional and simple. You don't need too many action figures on the dashboard. I'm not talking about action figures. You need something nice to look at, John. You need something nice to look at. Like when I look at these Cavits that I'm looking at, and I look at SC things that are shaped nicely. Yeah, I know, but you need some aesthetics in the car. Ochitegera. I was watching Elon Musk when he was describing that car for sure. Uganda no let leave it. Why other people think Cybertruck is overhyped? I don't actually think it's overhyped. First of all, that's a car, like when you buy the car, if you have a charging point in your home, you're literally not going to spend any more money, ever. Like, and you just charge your car. Like the way you charge your phone. You're not going to spend at all. Kati abazungu agenda spending. Achora bavuga zine moroke zabu jona ata spending okuja kugula amafuta. Like electric cars are the cars of the future. Ata emoroke yo speed yayo eri wagulu kuba awali engine ekozesa motor electrically connected to driving shaft. Erinda corasters in mina. Ata how much can I sell my 2010 Primo UBJ in perfect interior and exterior condition? Auntie, it's a 2010 mubondi ya maker. 2010 mubondi ya maker. That's what you start with. Then when you see how much it is, because your car is a UBJ, whatever you see in the bond, just probably reduce by 5. Because in the bond, If your car is in perfect condition, you've already done stuff that they will need to do when they buy the car from the bond. Chitegeza, you just reduce by 5, at most 9, like 9 million reduce or tundidao. I'm sure you it's possible that you even bought it less. Arthur, the names make me get scammed always in Kampala. Yeah, Olivia Joan Odonga has confirmed that his name. Hey. Odonga, I think it's not really like people have gotten used. People from West Nile, people from the north, you people let go of money easily. It's very rare to find someone from West Nile ungatata kasente. You people let go money easily. Like I remember I had a Caldina that people had failed to buy when around 2013. Someone came from the north and paid cash and went away happy. For me, I was one. Everybody has refused to buy. Someone came and paid. And it's their brother that made sure their brother said, I'm adding my 500,000. You give me my money, we buy. I said, no problem. The car was already stuck on me. They paid. And it had problems, I'm telling you. The brother knew. We told the brother. The brother said, you don't. And the guy called me like 4 months later. Where do you do service from? The guy was happy. So we have no problem with you people. You see, even the guy, I don't know, Soroti is West Nile, over. Like the guy I found that they were going to sell a RAV4 at 16, which was worth 9. He was still from West Nile. Or Soroti is where? These people, instead of teaching us the geography of our country, they are busy teaching us the British Columbia. Now we don't know. Okay, Arthur. Papa, and I greet everyone. Stanley, this steady. I think you spend more in electric bills from what you saved from fuel. But I still don't think that you spend as much as the fuel. And then you see the combustion engine, you'll spend more. You see, you have to service in terms of oil, hydraulic oil for the gearbox. You have skipped the oil fill. No, but does the Tesla has a Cybertruck have oil filter? These things actually have oil. I remember they have oil. So it actually has an oil filter. You're only saving a fraction of the fuel money. And of course, saving the environment, because saving the environment is very important. I have just started watching, but with where technology is at now, hackers will soon make people hate those high-tech electric cars. Definitely. Talk about the FSD driving technology. It takes over when it approaches an obstacle. They are very safe on the road. Pedestrian and... But now, what happens in Uganda? If it takes over, it tries to brake and hits a pothole and continues going. People don't hit people because they want. People hit people because the road is bad. Someone brakes, and then the car goes through a pothole, and then it's slippery. So I find that the technology is okay, but the conditions in Uganda still. But I think it depends on where you were born, Arthur. I'm an Acholi who was born and raised in Kampala, so I can bargain for the world. But normally, I think it's generally women. Soroti is in East. No, Soroti is West Nile. You see, I tell people West Nile should not be called West Nile. It's East. And people say, Bichi Bichi. Soroti is East. But then why are people calling West Nile West? These things are confusing. They are confusing. It's the eastern part of Uganda. So why are they saying West Nile? Eyo tuveye banange Cybertruck munange zilibibi naizeyo najirabenga moroka nungi esi yafe Kampala mukitegera. Instead of buying a Cybertruck, just get your 150 million, get your 200 million, buy yourself a Hilux and relax. Buy yourself a Nissan hard body if it's there, or the Mitsubishi L200, or zinawazita wateza njera vide yino. But there are those pickups that are not Nissan, they are not Mitsubishi, they are not Toyota. Instantly Ford, or buy yourself a Ford, or buy your Mazda. I'm telling you, because when that car starts dying on you, after I speak like someone from West Nile, how can you get confused of Soroti? No. I speak like someone from West Nile. Really? Easy. Yeah. Ndekande musajja muganda wawu nedda fumba akabira chikere mu lubiri lwa kabaka tuli basawo. West Nile, those West Nile people speak English like they were born in English. Yeah? It's like when they gave birth to the guys, they dipped them in English and put them out. They don't even, if they do Mbogo, it seems like it's natural. Like this is a breed of English that has broken English. It's English that is broken on purpose. For Zungo, I can't speak 10 words without adding Luganda. You see, even now I say 10 words without adding Luganda, and Luganda is in Luganda. Which take it come on whatever, you don't even drive all the hybrid cars. Atete tunatuka di ku Tesla. Tesla tugenda tuko kujivuga. Nga America ebatamye. Ostegera abachina abajapani baina soka bivuga avuga mwa basajja be Dubai bibatame. Tuke tubirete nga bitusumbuwa. Okitegera. Nenze sira babira bintu bya na wandise mbiera biri. By the way, when you see me forgetting things, me I did arts, I did Hague stroke divinity. Yeah, so my brain doesn't grab a lot of information. A lot of information. Okuja ko wembandi mu field yange ebintu mbikwata nebi nebirala na nebi ebitagira nnyo. Sinyo. Sikwata nnyo. Asa, what's the most expensive car you've done pre-purchase inspection on? It was a Hilux. It was a Hilux, I think. Twajigula $1,500,000. Yeah, it was a Hilux. It was a Hilux. You buy it, olina okugulirako emmotoka ey'okubiri. Definitely. Emmotoka zonna zonna ndoza n'abavuga hybrid bonna balina waka motoka awakalanga kino bwe kifa. Kalika avuga aleme kudda ku bigere. Kubanga odda ku bigere ng'onoonya n'agikugulako n'abula. That's the bad thing with those cars. Okitegera banange mwekamba sibule. I have to sort some things here. Then I get ready for tomorrow. Remember, we have a broadcast in the morning. I have to program for it. Jaga kubera organized ngabazungu ngabuli chimu chipera organized chipera in motion. Tugatandika podcast. Nainaga podcast yojogera ko. Inatandika podcast ebyuma byatuse bindabadde ninde ebirala. Antonio Paul Ntege the Great, Joshua Bika Gaetano, Herbert Modric, Tusime, Eddie Jerome. Nabali Mukamoli, I don't take it for granted. Derek Lule, Mugalasi, oyo Joshua, Moses Mwanga, Clark Rhyme, Antonio Ogugwa kusatu ndoza, Adams, Isaac, Brian, Nico, Reynolds, unqualified, anti-kadensoma first name, Derek, Gaetano, John, baba kati Ugandan collective ngenda kuitanga collective, Muzafaru, Ronald, Samuel, Musomesa, Henry, Phantom Soldier, mayiwo bera kukyalo wetegereza akola mulimu ki Rastas in Milan, bana imwe bali kwengeginga, King Daniels, Badru, Wilbur, Joan Jojo, Stanley muloza sibamaze eyo nno kuba ndaba amanya geega. Peter Arthur, we love your work. Amina, you have to read five times. Nyino kusome Antonio. New model. Yes, you can. Just don't be picky about the number plate. Be picky about the condition. But I know even the number plate will not be so bad with 15 and 14. No, ever do 14. It will not be bad. Bana guy kamba sible kambe ko bimaliriza wano nyongere mpumule. I think I haven't rested enough, so I need to rest a little more, and then simanyo bamasanyaze gafiga komyo gabadde gagenze umanye kuba bulweto nyanga gavaako naye kati the good thing in twafunye yaba amajenga bana imoroka nga 2 ezisawo ba amaje kati abamajja abamusanze bagagenda nga bakuba ebbombo radio call alo over power over Major General bichi ebyo kati most of my neighbors now have power kati at least ekintu kyokuba abantu nga baina they have power. You can see when power has gone. When power goes, you look at your neighbors. Wabali na ngomanya yakaya weddeko wabataina ngomanya gagenzi ngosanyuka mbaga genze wanji. Si mutima mubi. Name kama abakume bagay. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Don't forget. Whenever you can share the broadcast, share. Mukama huo makisa.